my line if you're free tonight. Apple eye, you're the one this time. Override, always on my mind. Not alone, you're here with me. Call my line if you're free tonight. Apple eye, you're the one this time. Override, always on my mind. Not alone, you're here with me. Got me on the floor, know exactly what I need. 놓치지 않아, hit me up so I can leave. Meet me outside, only past 3. Seeing your face, I say you're so gorgeous, need you like it's air. Got me looking at your eyes, I'm trying not to stare. And you give me more than life and lots to reminisce. I can't even fathom how your love is still here. You're always gonna be there at the top. Nobody can tell me that you're not. I know that you know just who you are. You are what I want. Call my line if you're free tonight. Apple eyes, you're the one this time. It's override, always on my mind. I'm not alone, you're here with me. Call my line if you're free tonight. Apple eyes, you're the one this time. It's override, always on my mind. Not alone, you're here with me.
Call my line if you're free tonight. Apple eye, you're the one this time. Override, always on my mind. Out alone, you're here with me. Baby, can't you see?
Welcome to my channel.
보고 싶어 자꾸 날 보러 언제든 지금 당장이라도 괜찮아 너라면 내 뜨거운 눈빛에 You're the only one 하고 싶어 모든 나만 있으면 돼 오늘 밤에 너의 품에 안겨 wanna be like this forever You're always gonna be there at the top Nobody can tell me that you're not I know that you know just who you are You are what I want
Call my line if you're free tonight. Apple eyes, you're the one this time.
How to survive in Japan as a foreigner. Once you get your house, go to the town hall, register yourself. This step is non-negotiable. Without it, you can't do most of the other things. Get your residence card. This is your main ID in Japan. You'll need it for contracts, bank accounts, and even when picking up certain deliveries. After that, apply for a My Number card. This card is linked to your taxes, your health insurance, and other official documents. It's worth getting it early. I got mine after 11 months because it takes some time to apply it, and even after applying it you have to wait for a month to get it. Learn your train routes. Trains are the heart of Japan's transportation system. Always check when your last train leaves. Missing it might mean that you're stuck with an expensive taxi ride or with a very long walk. Understand the cost of food. If you eat fish or meat, then your expenses for one meal look like 500 yen to 1000 yen, but if you're a vegetarian like me, then per meal cost increases to 1300 yen to 2000 yen. That's how much I pay, regardless of whether I'm buying it from outside or if I'm cooking at home. That's how much you end up paying per meal if you're a vegetarian. Vegetarian food is harder to find and it's usually more expensive. Housing costs are more than just rent. You have your maintenance cost and also your insurance. Insurance covers fire, theft, if anything gets stolen from your house, and earthquakes. Many houses also have an emergency button that directly calls the police. Hello police, मुझे ले जाओ. Learn how to separate your trash. Japan has strict garbage rules, burnable and non-burnables and recyclables, and sometimes more categories depending on the city. The wrong bag or pickup day can cause problems with your neighbors. So it's really important. Don't throw random garbage on random days. Know that you have to throw your glass bottles in a separate container. You have to throw your cans in a separate container. You have to throw your pet bottles in a separate container. And your burnable garbage is dirty plastic. If the plastic is clean, then you can't throw it as a burnable garbage. It's a non-burnable because it's plastic. It's clean plastic basically. If you have a bigger thing to throw, if you have a fan to throw or a mattress to throw or anything which is really big, you can't throw it in the garbage. You have to buy recyclable stickers because then it counts as a recyclable. So you have to buy those stickers and paste them, and depending on the city the dates keep changing, but it happens once a month when the recyclable garbage is scheduled to be picked. That's what happens. That's why a lot of people, instead of throwing their furniture or their mattress or their tables, they just put it outside their houses and they put a sign that says please feel free to take it, and if anybody wants to take it they can just take it, and it's a win-win situation because you don't have to buy a sticker in order to throw it. Anybody can take it for free and you can get rid of it for free. If you throw the wrong garbage, the garbage collectors might refuse to take garbage from your building, and that's when your neighbors will catch you, and that might piss your neighbors off. So please be very, very careful about this. Make Japanese. Now you don't have to make Japanese friends, but once you're moving around Shibuya or if you're going around meetups in Shibuya, you end up making Japanese friends who are bilingual, who can speak in English, so you can talk to each other, and it's good because you'll also learn more about the culture. Places like Shibuya are great for meeting people. If it feels like a world tour, like literally if you're walking around Shibuya, it's like a world tour because you meet people from almost all the nationalities. Shibuya is really diverse. Opening a bank account is really important. People like using SMBC Bank because it's the most foreigner friendly. They have the most English support in their forms or in their formalities. I don't use SMBC Bank. I don't use SMBC Bank because I was not given an option to make an account in that bank. I made my bank account in whatever my company suggested to make it in, but you don't have to settle. You can tell them, you can basically tell them your preference, and all of my foreigner friends really like using SMBC Bank because it's really easy to get your problems solved through that bank. Have a good translation tool. I use Google Pixel. It's great for quick translations. If you don't speak Japanese, Google Translate will be your best friend. So if you see Google Pixel, if I open any website, like this, if this page is open, I can just long press and then the whole page will translate. So this is the easiest. This helps me a lot. This is so convenient. I always have to keep translating everything that I open on my phones because everything is in Japanese. So this is the best feature. I have an iPhone too, but it's not as convenient for translations. That's why I use Pixel for English, because I can't read Japanese. If you're like me who can't read Japanese, I would suggest buying a Pixel because this feature is really helpful. You can instantly translate anything. You can copy Japanese text by just circling it, and copying it and pasting it is something that you'll do a lot because there are so many forms that you have to fill. I think people use iPhone here because Apple Pay is really convenient to use. But apart from that, Apple Pay is really convenient to use, and the Suica Pasmo card. These are the Suica Pasmo cards. You don't have to have both. You don't even have to have these physical plastic cards because you can install apps on your iPhone to use the digital one. I use both. It's convenient. You can use it in trains, in buses, in convenience stores to buy something. It's rechargeable. Carry cash, very important. Carrying cash is still very important and still very relevant here. It took me a lot of time to get used to carrying cash again. While Japan is modern, many small restaurants and shops don't accept cards, so you always have to have cash with yourself. And these cards, these Suica Pasmo cards, they get recharged only by cash, so I have to carry cash all the time. Convenience stores and ATMs are really easy to find. Get health insurance. As a resident, you're required to either join the national health insurance or your company's plan. Medical bills without insurance can be shockingly high. I have a friend who had to call an ambulance and most of his costs were covered by the insurance. So it's really important, you should do it, because if anything happens and if you have to call an ambulance, then that can be super expensive, and having an insurance at that time really helps. In short, register yourself, get your documents, learn your transport system, manage your costs, follow local rules, prepare for emergencies, and use tech to fill language gap. You should set up internet as soon as possible, because getting Wi-Fi contracts in Japan can take a few weeks to install. So apply early. When I applied, it took them 2 weeks to schedule a visit to just install the Wi-Fi. So for those 2 weeks, I was just relying on my mobile data.
Call my line if you're free tonight.